top-notch.
Thank you. Well, my name is Andy, and I am Paul's dad, and that means I've known you most of your life. But before I get started, I just have 2 minutes worth of time here. Liz, what a beautiful bride. Paul, you clean up pretty good too. First off, we'd like to thank everyone for being here. We know people have traveled very far, in some cases, to be here to help celebrate the beginning of Paul and Liz's life together. So thank you. It means so much to us. Secondly, I'd like to thank Joe and Paula for raising such a wonderful daughter, Liz. My wife and I couldn't be more happy to welcome you and Haley into our family. Now, I won't bore everybody and say, oh, it seems like only yesterday. It doesn't. That Paul was born. But when he was born, the doctor says you have a boy. And we couldn't have been happier. And I must say, from that day to this, nothing has changed. Paul, we're amazingly proud of the man you've become and of all your accomplishments. But being the first grandchild on both sides, there comes a stigma of being spoiled. And now I'm looking at my mom. The grandparents really tried to spoil Paul. I mean, they did their best. But anybody who knows Paul knows he's very grounded and laid back. And that wasn't the case. You failed. Mom, you failed. You did well on 7 kids, but you failed. And he's a perfect parent for Liz. I'm sorry, I gotta look at these notes here. Getting old. Okay, now, I know everybody can't do this, but this is the time where I'm gonna get on my soapbox. And whenever I did this with my kids, Paul would historically roll his eyes up in the back of his head. But I'm gonna talk about married life. And I know some people heard this from Rich today. He stole my speech, where is he? But anyway, I want to compare married life to a race. And it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And Paul and Liz can relate to this. Because a year ago, Paul ran the marathon. And we were there with Liz around the 8-mile marker. And there at the finish so many hours later. And I think Paul would say, you know, running a marathon, at times it was great, it was wonderful. It was like running downhill with the wind at your back. That's what married life's about. It's great, it's wonderful. There are challenges. They're gonna pop up. You're not gonna see them coming. As you didn't, twisted knee, sprained ankle, and what'd you do? You finished the race. And Pat and I are so confident that you and Liz will finish the race and overcome all the obstacles that life brings for you together. There's a current song which I told the disc jockey to play tonight. And I'm not going to sing it. It's called Wake Me Up. Wake Me Up. And there's a lyric in it that says, life is a game and love is the prize. And I think you would all agree with me that Paul and Liz have won their prize. So please. I don't have a drink, so I'm going to steal, Chris, I'm going to steal your water. Paul and Liz, everybody lift your glass with me. And they lived happily ever after.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
Love ya.